evening, Wellness Warriors. It's 8 o'clock. That means it's time for Empower Hour, your Sunday night session to help you um, talk about mental health and well-being and hopefully plan some good techniques for the week ahead. So, every week I'm here. My name's Carla Andrews. I'm the Managing Director of Motivated Minds, and I am here to open up those conversations around mental health and well-being. As you all join in, please do put a hello in the comments, and then that way I can see who is with me. And we'll start with the lovely Lauren. Hello, Lauren. So we'll give everyone a minute or two to join. Lovely Tasha's now with us. And whilst everyone joins, I'll run over how the hour is going to go. So every week we start with our moan and move ons. So if there's something that's been niggling you and you just need to get it off your chest, please feel free to share it with us and we will moan and then we move on. A little bit later in the hour, once we've got through the moan and move ons, we look at our wellness wins. So I really want you to start thinking about 3 things that have really made you thankful for over the last week, something that you've been that you've tried maybe for the first time, or something that you haven't been comfortable doing but you've gone ahead anyway, you've soldiered through, or just something that you're just want to shout out about is fine. So the beautiful Katie's with me tonight. Thank you, Katie, for joining. Jenny's with us. How am I? How am I? I'm really good. I am really good, and I will tell you why as we go across the hour. And the last part of the hour, usually about the last sort of 20 minutes or so, we get our cards out and you can choose one for yourself for the week ahead. And they're from our stress less range, empowering questions, affirmations, the love affirmators, and cards against anxiety. So just a few to choose from. So you can choose your card and then I will read it out. That's the last part of the hour. So, okay, moan and move ons. Oh, cupboards. Cupboards, cupboards, cupboards. We've all got them. Some people have drawers as well. And they just accumulate stuff, don't they? So my moan and move on is, where does all this crap come from? Luckily, I've got rid of mine today. 5 black bags worth, and 3 from just one cupboard. I've had a major spring clean, thinking about it. It's coming up to spring, so yeah, spring clean. It was penciled in to be done over Christmas, but as many of you know, I was in hospital with COVID, so that threw me out for sort of December and January. So I have got onto a mission today, and I've sorted out my upstairs because my boys moved out. One moved out in October and one moved out at Christmas time, and I've now got my house to myself. Oh dear, that's certainly not a moan and move on. That is a happy mummy. And happy Mother's Day to all of you lovely ladies. I say ladies because I've got mainly ladies watching at the moment. So happy Mother's Day. I had to ring my children to tell them it was Mother's Day. So I rung my younger son and said, "Oh, happy Mother's Day, darling." He's like, "Yeah, you too, Mum." Kids, boys. The other one, bless him, he come round and took probably about 5 black bags of his crap to his house. So yeah, that's good. What about your moan and move ons, my lovelies? What about you? Have you got anything that you want to share tonight? Anything that you're going to throw into what we call our fuck it bucket? I haven't had any anonymous ones tonight. Some of you like to throw anonymous ones in every now and again. And that's, if you want to ever do that, you can just text my mobile or message me, and I just won't say who it's come from. So Lauren, Tasha, Katie and Jenny. Any Mona move-ons? How has your weekend gone? Has it gone smoothly? Have you been spoiled as your mummies? Was it tough not seeing your own mums? Let me know. It's a quiet one tonight. Okay. So, no Mona move-ons? Or if there are, you're keeping it to yourselves. Let's share wellness wins. There you go. Lauren hasn't got one. That's good. It's not compulsory that you have to have a Mona move on each week, so it's good if you haven't. So let's talk wellness wins then. What have you in the last week? What have you been grateful for? What's made you grow, or what has made you step out of your comfort zone? Oh, my birthday this week, but we're self-isolating. That's tough, isn't it? We're in the rounds now because this is our first full year that some of us are having to self-isolate for our second birthday. But Jenny, like, we're all keeping safe, so we just want you well. So happy birthday for the week ahead. I still hope that you get cake and lots of cards through the post, and that your family just send their love in just a different way rather than those hugs. But I am missing those hugs. And when we come back to work in a couple of weeks, it's going to be really strange not hugging people. So, whew, I don't know how I feel about that. Jenny, you're just going to have virtual hugs for your birthday, I'm afraid. Catherine's with us. Hello, Catherine. Hi, Carla. Evening. No Mona move on here, apart from some work stuff. Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's just all niggly. Just a little, like Lauren's got pain in the shoulder. It's just all little things, nothing major. So, guys, how was your weekend? Have you had a relaxing weekend? Have you had time for me time? And whilst you're letting me know that, be thinking of your 3 wellness wins. What would my 3 be from the whole week? Spending time with someone special. That's definitely up there for me. Number 2, clearing my house out today. Honestly, my front garden looks like a rubbish tip because I've put so many black bags out there. So that was long overdue. A good old scrub of the house. So that's my second wellness win. And my third would be, I had my granddaughter this weekend. So just sitting and talking to her constantly from Friday night to this morning. So just trying to get her talking, bless her. So we did lots and lots of reading and lots and just constant chatter and feeding her. I love feeding her. She just eats anything you put in front of her. So it's definitely got to be another wellness win for me. What about your wellness wins? Oh, I'm going to add in a work wellness win. We launched our online shop about a month ago and it's going really, really well. So I've got the lovely Jerry who is working behind the scenes with our wellness shop. And yeah, the amount of orders that we're getting is brilliant. So it just helps us become sustainable. It helps us just not be so reliant on grant funding. Grant funding's great. I'm never going to turn it down, but obviously if we can be sustainable as an organisation, then that's brilliant. Catherine's put her wellness wins up. So I've got, let's have a look, McDonald's breakfast for Mother's Day. Oh, nice. Finished off Married at First Sight Australia. good bit of drama and romance. I'm sure a lot more drama than romance. And complimentary feedback from someone at work. Brilliant. I love those wellness wins. 3 fantastic ones there, Catherine. Well done. Lauren, got to spend today with the kids, even though it wasn't my weekend. So went for a lovely walk at Highlands Park. And what brilliant photos you took, Lauren. I hope you get some of them printed and hung on the wall, because I really liked your photos. Number 2, kids back at school. Oh, that's brilliant. Son only part-time, but he has the next step of his assessment this week. That's brilliant. I love that. And number 3, swap the wardrobes over between my son's old room and his new room. His wardrobes were easy, but the other wardrobes had to be completely taken apart and rebuilt because it wouldn't fit through my ancient uneven house. So once done, felt like I'd achieved something. That's massive. Yay, Tom's with us. Hey Tom, happy Mother's Day to you. Well, to you, not to you, to your mum. But thank you for wishing us happy Mother's Day. Tom, I've missed you. How are you? I need to message you actually as well, because I've got some news that I need to share with you. So Lauren says, and another, first week following a new diet and I feel like it's gone well. I don't feel like I've had to go without. Oh, that's brilliant. I'm liking that, Lauren. Well done. Some fantastic wellness wins there, everyone. So, Jenny, can you share yours? Tasha? Katie, come on. Ah, look, there's Tasha's. Signed up to 2 online courses, maths and a teaching assistant. Tasha, go you. Well done. Saw my mum yesterday for her birthday. Brilliant. And a good chat with a friend who brightened my day. Fantastic wellness wins there, Tasha. I'm really proud of you. That's amazing that you've signed up for your courses. I love learning. I'm doing a course at the moment. Well, when I get time. My online learning. So, have I got any more wellness wins from anyone? Tom says, I'm feeling rather well this week. How about you? And I have a request to follow you on Facebook. You need to accept. I am very well, thank you, Tom. I don't mean to... What happens is I get an awful lot of friend requests. And it's not that I don't want to be friends with the whole... like with everyone that means something to me. It's just I try. I'm the opposite to a lot of people. A lot of people like to add people on Facebook. I like to sort of... I'd be happy if it was like 2. I only do that to protect my privacy a little bit. So I share what I want with those that follow me, and for those that are my have got the friends access, it just means that they get to see more sort of stuff about my family. But everything, I love everyone that wants to share their Facebook with me, and it is an honour. But as I said, I just like to keep my Facebook really to family. When Facebook first started, well, going back a bit, MySpace, I used to add everyone, and then Facebook, and I added everyone, and then I feel bad over the years of sort of taking people off, but I shouldn't feel bad, but it just makes, it's not that I don't want to be friends, I want to be friends, but I also like to control who knows what. So the beautiful Jo is with us now. Jo, oh, that's got to be a wellness win on my part. Joe did a ride by today. There's a lot of love between me, Joe, and our families. And her lovely partner Paul brought his Harley round, could hear it roaring in the street, and they did a ride by. So that was lovely. And Jo has just shared her wellness win of Caleb getting into the school he needs. Now I'm going to give you all a little bit of background to that. Jo asked for help from the school a long time ago, and they basically said no. And she has been on a battle with them for years of saying, no, actually, he needs better. You need to provide him with what he needs. And basically, long and short of it, Jo won. So she didn't back down, she fought it all the way, and she's got her son the school that he needs. And I couldn't be prouder of Jo, because she's done that, and she just didn't let it go. Like, and it's stressful, isn't it, when you're fighting the establishment, because you're like, well, am I doing the right thing? And they're the experts. And as I always said to Jo, she is the expert of her son, and I am so proud of her. So I'm really, really, really proud of you. Lauren also says that's the king of wellness wins. He's responded extremely well, doesn't see any negatives. That's brilliant. Thank you, Tom. Love you, darling. Joe Line, that's great. I hope he settles in well and thrives. He absolutely will. I'm positive of it. So, yeah. Look, there's some love. Can I have a delayed moan and move on? Meghan Markle. Do you want me to do a Piers Morgan? I can storm out of Empower Hour. Would you do a petition to get me back? Yeah, that's a very debatable topic, isn't it, Lauren? I have seen only half of the. Jo phoned me the other day. She said, "Have you seen it?" And I said, "No, I've just watched clips." And I got through watching half after Jo said that. Yes, yes. Obviously, for anyone that is struggling with their mental health, it is so important to reach out, and you can never ever tell when anyone is struggling or not. So I know that sometimes I have really struggled, but on the outside, my friends might know that something's wrong, but maybe not the depth of it. And I'm sure lots of other people have been like that. But you could never tell. I mean, look at Keith Flynn, the lead for Prodigy, went to park run, got a personal best, and then obviously he made a choice, and it meant the end of his life. So you can never ever tell what someone is going through from the outside. I would just say that it is so important to reach out. And there are so many agencies out there. And I was talking to someone about this in the week, that they didn't realise really how many agencies that are out there that can support. And sometimes knowing who to go to is a minefield in itself. But what I would say is, no matter where you are in the world, like, so in the UK we have Samaritans, you could reach out to them. They have referral pathways. You can go to your own GP. You can ring, certainly if you're in Essex, you can ring 111 and then it's option 2. You can talk to us and we would find you the right support if we can't support you. But the most important thing is to talk, and talk until you find someone that can help you. And it's not about literally, it's not about finding someone that knows everything. It's about finding someone who is willing to stand next to you and Google so you can find it. Okay, you haven't got to be an expert, but but just go online and just find a mental health provider that is local to yourselves. Um, yeah, but certainly the interview was insightful. So I won't. I'm not going to say what side of the fence I sit on because I'm not in anyone's lives. So I respect that they have their perception and others maybe have their perception. I'm not living in their house. I have not got a clue. But what I do wish is that everyone well and that they find the right pathways for themselves. Um, so Lauren said, I know we spoke about it earlier in the week, but the main thing that stuck with me is that Harry says he didn't reach out and gets her support. Just seems ridiculous to me, but who knows what the actual story is. Yeah, exactly. That's as I just said. Like we just don't know. We there's perceptions all the way around. I just hope that the message here really is for anyone that's watched that or anyone in the world that's watching this, that if you're struggling with your mental health, that's okay. It doesn't make you an alien. It doesn't make you a minority. There are lots of people struggling with their mental health, but the goal is to get help, and to be able to talk about it and find a pathway to improved management of your mental health. Some people that takes drugs, some people that take, and when I say drugs I mean prescribed drugs, some people that takes running, people it takes walking away from a certain situation. There are so many things that can affect our mental health, but likewise there are so many things that can make us feel better. So I just hope that everyone is well and that they find their pathway that they're meant to be on and that is fruitful to them. So, but thank you for sharing that, Laura, and that was a good one because it's been highly debatable all week. In again in the press, I'm not a lover of the press. I think the press is so negative and um, yeah, I don't buy newspapers. I'd be quite happy if they didn't exist. And yes, you have different journalists with different opinions, and everyone likes to spout theirs. Um, but let's face it, I'm sure we've all been victim to people's opinions in the past in our own lives. And their opinions, as I live my life, means that they can shove it up their arse, basically. I live for me and my happiness, and I really encourage everyone that you live for you and your happiness. As long as you have good intentions, that's what I've learned over the years, is that I can't. I want people's perception of me to be nice and good, but you know what? Not everyone does like me. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Um, but what I have learned is, as long as I intend to do good with myself and my heart, and I give out good intentions, then it doesn't matter how other people see me. So I try and be kind. Yeah. So um, I try and stay away from all negativity and toxicity. So that's why I don't buy newspapers or even watch that much telly. I watch films, I don't watch telly because, or even those soap operas, I think they create a negative vibe. It's just like, why would you want to watch that? I remember tuning into EastEnders probably about 15 years ago now, and I just watched it and I was like, why on earth would people like get joy out of that? So but again, that's down individual choice, isn't it? So I stick with me watching Wonder Woman. I watched Wonder Woman last night. I watched Aquaman the night before that. So I like my good old films, and I'm superhero. So yeah. Anyway, any more wellness wins, guys? Let me know if there's any more wellness wins. So, as I've mentioned over the last couple of weeks, we are opening up the hub on the 12th of April. So, just under a month away. And I can't wait. I know some of my team are really nervous because we've grown massively. And there's lots of new people. And just having the doors open again. There's lots of anxiety naturally. But I'm looking forward to it because I do know that once we are underway, we'll be rocking and rolling like no one's business, doing what we do best, and that's always making people happy. So behind the scenes, the next 3 weeks, the team are coming in and they're going to be having lunch together and just getting back into coming back together and good old conversations. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to that and sorting the hub out any last bits. Then we've got our Easter holiday program, so that's just going to run on the Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm really excited about that we can have the youngsters back in and their parents will cook meals for them. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we open back up to the public. But I'm still after a coffee machine. I do not drink coffee, can't stand coffee, like a hot chocolate, as Joe will let you all know. But I don't know what to buy. I have no idea. I want a coffee machine that will help us bring in customers that will want a decent coffee and an iced coffee because I hear that they're all the rage. So if anyone's got any advice for me, because I keep throwing it out to my team and they're not coming back and they're all coffee drinkers. So either that or I just buy what I like and have a hot chocolate. Leave them all to it. Let them have a kettle. So I don't know. So we've got the hub opening on the 12th. Some of our classes are going to be staying online. Some of our sessions will be still online, and we will slowly transition them back as the weather gets warmer. So, but the Walk for Wellbeings is still going. Our Mend will be coming back. So, lovely Connor has put in a message. I'm dreading it as to be back to work. Got used to shielding after 13 months. Work not happy as can't work for another couple of months. Yes, Connor, like a lot of people have got used to this shielding. And that's why there's certainly this anxiety coming in of like, okay, social distancing and cleaning and just even getting dressed. I don't know about you, but some days I think, right, I'm just going to crack on with work and get in front of the computer and I have a shower about 2 o'clock because I think, right, I'm free now. And I've liked adapting working from home. So but Connor, just take it step by step. See how the rest of the team how the rest of the team are. So the thing I miss is the random conversations that you have when I don't know, you can be having a conversation with just one other person, then someone else comes into the room and it just opens up and it's just the laughter. I do miss the uncontrollable laughter, and certainly within my team, like Joe, my little buttercup who is Janine, Lindsay, we used to have such a riot on our Bryony just was the cherry on the top, and our team has massively changed since then. So I understand for some of my team there's that anxiety, but you know what, I know that as soon as we're all back into the room together and we've all made a coffee and we have a bit of lunch together, we'll all be fine. I'm just going to miss hugging everyone. I know Jo will be pleased because she's not a hugger. but I am a hugger, so yeah, hey ho. Um, at least with going back to work though, in the next couple of months, as most of the world or most of the country should be, is the fact that because more and more people are having their COVID jabs, that we can hopefully get back to a normal summer. Wouldn't it be nice just to have a barbecue and invite how many other people round and not worry about whether we've got five or whether we've got six? So I really can't wait. Connor says, why I can't go back to work for roughly 2-3 months as I'm healing from osteomyelitis, which I showed signs of sepsis. Oh, had surgery on my index finger to remove the infected bone, so can't do certain things till it's healed. Well, Connor, you're just going to have to keep looking after yourself then, aren't you, my lovely? And sepsis can be really severe, so just look after yourself. Take the extra 3 months at least. Like, the weather's nice now, so you can just go and sit in the garden. Make the most of it. So, yes. Have you guys got any questions for me? Guys, if you've got any questions around mental health and wellbeing, please feel free to fire them over. Connor says, I work next to the hub, as it looks so weird seeing it closed before I went into shielding. Yeah, yeah, it did seem weird closed, but luckily we have now got our new shutter as well, because our shutter was broke, and it's now open, so we can't have people in for the next couple of weeks, but we've got our trolley there, so if anyone wants to make a food donation that can go onto our food bank, we'd be really, really grateful. So yeah, it's great stuff. Okie dokes. Right, I'm going to grab the cards. So please do let me know if there's anything you want to talk about. Health and well-being, all related. There we go. She's just dropped the cards, thrown them down. Right. Okie dokes. Who wants a card? And if so, what one do you want? Remember, we've got the affirmators. We've got the love affirmators. We've got the stress less. And we've got the empowering questions. And last but not least, cards against anxiety. How have you been finding this lockdown and this new system? I find the lockdown hard in the fact that I have lots of people that I usually see and would invite into my house, and I had planned Saturday to go walking with a friend, and I ended up having my granddaughter. My granddaughter couldn't have walked far to go for a walk. I could have put her in a pushchair, but then the path might have been all rickety rockety. So I'd like to have still seen my friend, and usually I'd say, oh look, I've got my granddaughter, come over and see me. And I couldn't say that, and that was a bit gutting, so I find that sort of hard. As for work, I'm lucky I can work full-time in the hub if I want, or I can work practically full-time at home and just nip to the hub when I need to. So I'm lucky, I suppose. It hasn't really affected me work-wise. Not seeing family, well, my boys are my most sort of dependent family, and I still see them anyway. But because they only just moved out in October, because they both live alone, I still get to see them. So that hasn't really changed either. So Yeah, I suppose what I'm missing as well is jumping in the car and being able to sort of rock up at friends' houses or go on an adventure. I am missing that, and especially as the nicer weather comes into play, and I'm really missing travel. I've never been in a situation before really where I can just financially or just even responsibility wise can go off travelling, and now I can't. So I find that hard. And the new system, sort of every 5 weeks, it been it, 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 the lockdown easing. I quite like that. However, I suppose if I was in certain parts of the country where literally there are no cases of COVID, I'd be a bit more peed off. I know that when me and Joe went to Cornwall last year, they were really stressed because there'd been like one case of COVID in the whole area, but they still had to follow all the lockdown. So I suppose at least with Essex, we know it's been for our safety. We really do. And especially over Christmas, that skyrocketed in Essex, the R rate. Um, so I was really worried about that, and I'm just pleased that it's dropping because I just don't want any of my team or any of my customers getting ill because I care about them all too much. So, yes. Right, guys, do you want cards? I'm going to go for an affirmator. Oh yes, buses. Buses feel weird now. So you have to go to Broomfield Hospital every week, maximum to 15 to 21 people. Yeah, see, I haven't had to travel by public transport, so I bet that is weird. Oh, Lauren, I'm going to choose. I'm going to do mine first, and then I'm going to do yours. Right, okay. So I'm going to go for the black affirmator cards with the lovely unicorn on the front. And I have picked wonder. It's a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder. And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theatre. When things delightful happens, I can shout encore and be tickled when it happens again. When something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got my ticket to the show. Absolutely wonder. That's my one. I like wonder. Lauren, I'm going to choose one for you from the Love box. So I think I've had this one before. Rest. I take a step away from my stress and then a deep breath and then a crankiness killing nap. When I get the rest I need, I instantly become a better version of myself, able to navigate complex relationships in a single bound. When I don't, I'm not, which means I shouldn't, but I try to. And when I can't, and it doesn't, but I did, so it wasn't, good night. Okay. Right, so basically, we just need to take a step away from stress and a deep breath. So, I mean, napping can be great, but be careful with napping because if you end up napping and then you can't sleep at night, don't be one of them people. If anyone's ever out there struggling with their mental health and step away by all means, like do something different. I know some people paint, some people bake, some people clean, some people walk, some people run, some people go for a bike ride, some people will phone a friend for a coffee, some people nap. I've been a quilt hider, like hide under the quilt before now. But then if you do that and then you can't sleep at night, then the darkness is your enemy. So just be careful that it's not having a nap because you're tired. Fantastic, 1 hour, 2 hours, and if it energizes you, that's fine. But if it's going to affect your sleep at night, then don't nap, but rest. One thing we are bringing back that I can't wait for is our spa days. That is what I'm most excited about. All of my programs that we're bringing back is the spa days, and I've got to work out the dates for them this week because I need to rest that in that way, because I love water. I'm a water baby, and it just always makes me feel better. And I miss swimming. That's something I have really missed during this lockdown. So I can't wait to do our spa days. If you're new to Motivated Minds and you don't know anything about our spa days, we head up all the way to, I say all the way, it's only 40 minutes, Colchester, and we do our relax and reboot on a Saturday at Aqua Springs, and I take loads of different resources. You can go in the jacuzzis, in the steam room, in the saunas, in the hydrotherapy pool. Oh, and you can melt all of that stress that we hold in our bodies away. And then I provide all different resources, books, magazines, and I'll chat to you and just help you on a one-to-one with your well-being. So, yes, I'm looking forward to our relax and reboots, and they will be going up on our Motivated Minds page at some point this week. Lauren says, thank you. I knew you'd pick that set of cards. As for napping, never been able to do it unless I'm absolutely shattered. Yeah, because your body's then kicking in, so that's great. But, Lauren, I know that you walk, I know that you paint, and that's as good as napping anyway. It's just about taking that brain break, really. That's what you need, is a brain break. And don't we all at times? People don't do it enough, I don't think. We go on autopilot and we get things done, and if things are niggling at us, we're like, oh my god, I'll just concentrate, and then all of a sudden one day we snap. So it is really important that we always give our brains a break and rejuvenate. Okay, my darlings, anyone else? I'm surprised my son hasn't bombed us tonight. You know, that lovely Edward. So I really am quite surprised. I thought he'd be trying to get on. Anyone else for a card? I will put them back then for a minute. Any questions, my lovelies? Anything you'd like to add? I'm also looking at Stubbers. It's our most popular, not our most popular, but one of our most popular annual events. We usually do it in August, but I'm thinking because we've had a crap long 6 months, that we see if we can get it in for May as well. So hopefully we'll do 2 this year. So Stubbers, if anyone doesn't know, is an adventure centre in Havering, and we go there for the day, and children, adults, we all just have fun, a picnic, high ropes, archery, laser tag, speedboat, all sorts of fun, canoeing. So yeah, be sure to watch this space and see if we get tickets for that. And remember, if there's anyone watching that wants to get involved with Motivated Minds and this sort of conversation that we have, there is hashtag Team Motivated, which is our private group that you can come along and join. Okay, if you come along and join, then that'd be great. and that way we release priority booking really in there anyway, because some of our stuff gets booked up so quickly by our own members. So right, my angels, it's been a quiet one tonight, which is good. Means that we're all knackered, we're ready for the week ahead. What goals have we got for the week ahead? Anything? Mia just heard about you talking about Stubbers, and because we couldn't make it last year, really wants to come along this year. Absolutely, Mia. I'm not taking no for an answer. You're on it. With your brother, with your mum, with the dog, cat, hamster, tortoise, anyone you want to bring along, really. So, absolutely. I'm just waiting to hear back from Stubbers whether they're going to be open May bank holiday. But if not, we'll be doing it August anyway. So we'll just have to stop Mum from booking any holidays on the bank holidays, because that's when it always is. It's the bank holiday, either end of May or end of August. Right. Okay, I'm going to call it a night tonight. So Empower Hour is more like 45 minutes, and that's fine. So what I will do is wish you all well, and hold on, she thinks you could hear her talking because you said dog. She's been nagging all day for a dog. No, I can't hear you talking, Mia. Just, it's an old saying. Can bring anyone and the dog. What kind of dog would you like, Mia? And who's going to be responsible for it? And I know that you'd go, yes, of course I will. But what about in 3 years' time, 4 years' time? But dogs are good. Anyway, I'll let you argue that with Mum. Mum might be putting in next week's Moan and Move On. She might find something to put in there. Guys, it's been a pleasure catching up with you over the last 45 minutes. And I wish you well for the week ahead. If anyone wants to message me, I'll certainly be around for the next 15. And have a great week. Let me know how things go, and I'll see you all next Sunday at 8. Take care. Bye-bye.